Friends, have you ever stopped to think about where the note in your pocket actually begins its journey? Maybe you handed one to the chaiwala this morning, or counted out a few at a shop without a second thought. But have you ever wondered that this small piece of paper, this thing you use without thinking, started its life in a field on the other side of the world? This isn't the story of one specific note. This is the story of every single rupee note you will ever hold. This is a story of trust, of craftsmanship, and of an entire nation's commitment standing behind every rupee in your hand. So come with me. Let me take you on that journey. A journey that begins in the high-tech halls of printing and ends in the silent cotton fields of the Nile. The story starts at a place you'd never expect. The Brabanempal Mysuru campus in Karnataka, a self-contained city of currency. This is where it all comes together. Behind multi-layered security and biometric gates lies the Varnica ink unit. Here, the air is sterile and the precision is absolute. Chemists in white lab coats are busy creating the first layer of trust. In these spotless labs, they mix the vivid, colour-shifting, optically variable ink. Watching them handle these iridescent liquids is like watching modern alchemy. One moment the ink is green, the next it is a deep blue. This isn't just for beauty, it is one of the most powerful anti-counterfeiting tools in India's arsenal. Alongside Ovi, they prepare the specialised intaglio inks, thick, viscous and rich in pigment, designed to sit on top of the paper rather than soak into it, giving every note its distinctive tactile feel. Meanwhile, in the design and plate making department, master craftsmen use high-powered microscopes to inspect the intaglio printing plates. Under intense light, you can see the deeply engraved lines in the hardened steel, the portraits, the numerals, the guarantee clauses, each one a work of art designed to be felt as much as seen. The production run begins. White-gloved operators load certified sheets into the feeder of massive Kabajori printing presses. These machines are marvels of engineering the size of a small house, capable of printing both sides of every note simultaneously in a single pass. Watch the ink fountains. On one side, beautiful arrays of colours specific to each denomination. The stone grey of the 500, the bright magenta of the 2000, the lavender of the 100. The presses perform their all-off rainbow printing, a technique where colours blend seamlessly into one another without any gaps, creating the complex gyosha backgrounds, those intricate interlocking line patterns that no standard scanner or printer can ever hope to replicate. As the sheets emerge, you can see the see-through register at work. A quality inspector holds a sheet to the light, and the partial denomination numerals printed on the front and back align with sub-millimetre precision, forming a complete glowing number. But every single sheet, for every single note, must pass through the intaglio section. This is the soul of the printing process. Here, the deeply engraved plates are heavily inked, and a precision doctor blade wipes the surface clean, leaving ink only in the deep grooves. Then, under enormous pressure, tons of force, the paper is forced into these grooves. As it peels away, it pulls the thick ink out, leaving it standing in sharp, raised relief on the surface. Run your finger over any freshly printed Indian note, and you can feel every line of Gandhi's portrait, every stroke of the Ashoka Pillar emblem. For the visually impaired, each denomination has distinct raised marks, a circle, a square, a diamond, so that every citizen can independently identify the value in their hands. This is India's commitment to inclusive design. The sheets then receive their latent images, special numerals that appear only at certain angles.
Alignment on this note is perfect.
Yes, let me check the next column.
Good. Proceed to the ink density.
And finally, the numbering presses apply the unique serial numbers. Every note is now a tracked piece of sovereign property. After a final pass with a UV printing unit, the sheets enter massive automated inspection machines. cameras and sensors verify every single security feature at incredible speed. Any note with the slightest imperfection, a tiny ink smudge or a misaligned thread is marked and automatically rejected for destruction. The perfect sheets are then moved to the cutting hall. Watch the precision guillotine blades descend onto stacks of sheets, cutting with a clinical thud. For the first time you see them, crisp, colourful notes. They are counted by high-speed sensors, banded into bundles of 100, and then assembled into bricks of 1,000 notes. Each brick is shrink wrapped in tamper-evident packaging. At the secure loading dock, RB officers formally take custody. As the armoured convoys depart under heavy escort, destined for currency chests across the nation, you realise the profound journey this stack of paper has taken. But now we must ask the question, where did the paper itself come from? What is the foundation upon which all this craftsmanship is built? To find that answer, we must leave the high-tech presses of India and travel thousands of miles away.
Sir, the transfer papers confirmed. Please verify the manifest. All items are accounted for, sir. Good, proceed. The seal is intact.
Noted. You may proceed.
Opening now.
Confirmed.
Contents are as expected.
From the air, the Nile Delta in Egypt looks like a giant green fan unfolding against the blue of the Mediterranean. This is the home of Giza cotton, a plant so special its fibres are nearly 3 times longer than ordinary cotton. This is why a rupee note feels like cloth, not paper. Under the golden Egyptian sun, these creamy white bowls burst open. When the pickers draw those extra long fibres from the bowl, they are holding the first raw ingredient of a national treasure. These fibres are compressed into bales, stamped for export, and shipped back to the Banknote paper mill India in Mysuru. Inside the paper mill, the compressed bales are fed into massive opening machines. The real magic happens in the Hollander beaters. Imagine a huge oval trough where the cotton fibres, now suspended in water, circulate continuously. A heavy rotating bar passes over them,
This is
gently
the Giza
bruising
shipment.
and
Let's
splitting the
verify.
fibres open.
Agreed. The seals look intact.
Under a microscope,
Proceed.
you'd see the cell walls of each tiny fibre splitting into millions of microscopic hooks. This is what gives the Indian banknote its legendary strength, the ability to be folded thousands of times without tearing. In a clean lab, gloved hands add the UV fluorescent fibres into the pulp, invisible now, but destined to glow under the cashier's light. The heart of the mill is the enormous paper machine. It starts at the head box, spraying the cotton soup onto a fast-moving mesh wire. As the water drains, the fibres lock together. This is where the paper is born. As this wet web speeds along, it passes under dandy rolls carrying the raised image of Mahatma Gandhi. These rolls press into the wet paper, displacing the fibres to create that familiar multi-tonal portrait. Further down, precision reels feed the security threads, the windowed ribbons bearing Bharat and Urbi, directly into the heart of the wet paper. It is embedded inside the cotton, not stuck on top. The journey continues through heavy press rolls and steam-heated drying cylinders. The paper emerges completely dry, wound into giant master reels. Every inch is scanned by high-resolution cameras. Only then is the paper cut into sheets and moved under armed escort back to the printing press where we began.
The verification is complete.
From that
Thank
cotton
you.
field
Let
in
me review
Egypt
it.
to the
This figure
fingertips
matches
of a
the deposit.
citizen in Kerala,
Proceed.
every step has been a silent pledge. The raised portrait you can feel, the shifting colours you can see, the watermark you can hold to the light. These are not just security features. They are the physical manifestation of a promise. In every crisp, new note that changes hands at a bank teller's window, in the daily transaction at a chai stall, In the festival